Touch the leg. Welcome to Tibet this week. We bring you news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and Central Tibetan Administration. Top news of the week. His Holiness the Dalai Lama congratulates winners of Nobel Peace Prize. His Holiness the Dalai Lama interacts with members of Mind and Life Institute. Sikyong leads Central Tibetan Administration delegation in Germany and Belgium. Central Tibetan Administration condoles the demise of former Indian Defence Minister. Kalon Tharlam Dolma attends founding anniversary of Aide Tibétaine. Office of Tibet, Washington, D.C. convenes meeting with Citizen Power Initiatives for China. Office of Tibet, Taiwan's secretary attends 111th Taiwan National Day celebration. Representative Karma Singey meets co-chair of the Australian All-Party Parliamentary Group for Tibet. His Holiness the Dalai Lama on Saturday last week congratulated this year's Nobel Peace Prize winners. In his congratulatory letter, His Holiness stated that the Nobel Committee has shone a clear light on the importance of civil society in promoting fundamental human values of peace, freedom and democracy by recognizing their contribution to the protection of human rights. His Holiness expressed hope that this award will serve as an inspiration for all, reminding every individual and organizations that addressing problems through dialogue and with humanity will bring all parties to a happy and mutually beneficial solution. The 2022 Peace Prize is awarded to human rights advocate Alice Belatsky from Belarus, the Russian Human Rights Organization Memorial, and the Ukrainian Human Rights Organization Center for Civil Liberties. His Holiness the Dalai Lama engaged in a dialogue with members of Mind and Life Institute from Wednesday this week for 2 days. His Holiness said the warm-heartedness and compassion are the source of inner peace of mind, inner strength, and self-confidence.
Gradually, world become better. The totalitarian system, dictator, now diminishing. So human value gradually, I think, truly become something light. So people consider Dalai Lama like a light of humanity. So the Tibetan people inside Tibet and also many Chinese, now they truly consider me a genuine, the peacemaking person. Okay.
His Holiness was joined by approximately 180 people in the audience hall at his residence, where 101 were members of the Mind and Life Institute, and the others were Tibetan monks and nuns who have participated in the science programs at Emory University, as well as students of science from Minzikang, the Library of Tibetan Works and Archives, and lamas and abbots from the centers of learning at the great monasteries in South India. This is the 35th Mind and Life Dialogue. The first one took place in 1987. This week, Sikyong led a team of delegation to Germany and Belgium. The delegation is meeting parliament members, government officials, and members of Tibet support groups. In honor of Sikyong first official visit to the German state of Hessen, the Chief of Protocol of the State of Hessen, Dieter Bein, hosted a lunch reception for the delegation. Sikyong met with former Prime Minister of German State of Hessen and the longtime friend of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Roland Koch, and the Member of Parliament, Astrid Wallmann, the President of Hessen State Parliament. Sikyong was also invited to witness parliamentary proceeding of Hesan Parliament, where Sikyong's presence was acknowledged by the House Speaker in the presence of the President of Hesan. The delegation visited the Frankfurt City Council and Tibet House Deutschland, where Sikyong Pemba Tsering gave a talk on the theme, Tibet, Rich Culture, Prosperous Future. The delegation also interacted with students of Goethe Gymnasium School. In Berlin, the delegation met with Peter Haidt, spokesman for human rights and humanitarian aid for the parliamentary group in the German Federal Parliament, and Frank Müller-Rosentritt, a member of the Committee on the Foreign Relations with a focus on Asia and China and the co-chair of the German Parliamentary Group for Tibet. The delegation briefed the German dignitaries on the current critical situation inside Tibet, including the China's repressive colonial boarding school system, mass DNA collection, and the abuse of the zero-COVID policy to repress Tibetans. The meeting also focused on developing new parliamentary initiatives on Tibet and taking concrete actions with regard to changing perceptions on China in the European Union. Meetings on different occasions took place with German parliamentarians Michael Brandt and Klaus-Peter Wilch and Valentin Abel, and with representatives of Young Liberals, Germany's largest liberal youth organization and the youth wing of the nation's Free Democratic Party. The delegation also met with Anne Edwitt, the CEO of the Frederick Naumann Foundation, and the officials of the FNF. The delegation also had an audience with Tagyap Kyamgyun and met with members of International Campaign for Tibet Germany and Tibet Initiative. A meeting with Taiwanese ambassador to Germany, Dr. Xie Tiwei, also took place. In the beginning of their visit to the country, the delegation met with Dr. Wolfgang Hebisch, the Vice President of Bavarian State Parliament and former Minister of Culture and Media, followed by a meeting with Tibetan community in Munich. Led by Sikyong Pemba Tsering, the delegation consists of Kalon Dolma of the Department of Information and International Relations, members of Tibetan Parliament Seta Tsultim, Konjo Yangpel, Ngudrup Dorji, Sonam Nurpu, and Tsering Yangchen. The Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile, Khenpo Sonam Temple, and the officiating Sikyong, Kalon Dolma Geri of the Department of Security, extended their condolence on the demise of the former Defence Minister of India, Shri Mulayam Singh Yadav, who passed away on Monday this week due to prolonged illness. In their letter to his son Shri Akhilesh Yadav, Member of Parliament Lok Sabha, the Speaker and the officiating Sikyong expressed their gratitude to the late minister for supporting Tibet's cause and advocating for Tibet in the Indian Parliament. Kalon Tharlam Dolma of the Department of Education attended the 40th founding anniversary of Aide de l'Enfance Tibetan as a special guest along with Kasur Jizun Pema, Kasur Temba Tsering, and TCV President Sonam Siji in Paris, France on Saturday last week. Aide de l'Enfance Tibetan is our largest and the oldest French association which has been funding many developmental programs in Tibetan settlements in India, Nepal, and Bhutan. Kalon Tharlam Dolma also visited Tibetan weekend schools in France and Belgium and applauded the parents and teachers for ensuring the children receive Tibetan language and culture education. The Chinese Liaison Office of the Office of Tibet, Washington, D.C. organized a meeting with Citizen Power Initiatives for China, a US-based Chinese researchers, to discuss strengthening collaborations and pen out the future course of activities on Wednesday last week. Reiterating Central Tibetan administration's adherence to the Middle Way policy, Representative Namgyal Chitup apprised the gathering of CTA's continuous advocacy for Tibet cause internationally to counter Beijing's systematic and repressive policies and appealed for support from citizen power initiatives for China in building communication between Chinese and Tibetans. On Thursday last week, Chinese liaison officer Tsultim Gyatso took part in a webinar to discuss the future course of China, Xi Jinping, and the 20th National Congress of the Chinese Communist Party. Secretary Mingyur Yutin of the Office of Tibet, Taiwan congratulated Taiwanese people and nation on behalf of the Tibetans and the Central Tibetan Administration as she attended the celebration of the 111th Taiwan National Day on Monday this week. President Tsai Ing-wen, Vice President William Lai Ching-tai, Minister of Foreign Affairs Joseph Wu Tao-tin, and other ministers of the Taiwanese government also attended the celebration. Representative Karma Singey of the Office of Tibet, Australia on Tuesday this week met with co-chair of the Australian All-Party Parliamentary Group for Tibet, Honourable Susan Templeman, and discussed the convention of the Australian All-Party Parliamentary Group for Tibet meeting to be held in next month at the Parliament House. Representative Karma Singey, accompanied by the Executive Officer of the Australian Tibet Council, also congratulated Honourable Susan Templeman on winning the federal election and briefed her on the upcoming Lobby Day in Canberra, which is to be held on 21st November 2022. Representative Karma Singey also visited the Tibetan community in Blue Mountains region of New South Wales, Australia, and addressed the Tibetan community and extended appreciation to the local city council of Blue Mountain for raising the Tibetan flag outside the council chamber in Kadumba every year since 2019 on March 10, Tibetan Uprising Day, to show support for the Tibet cause. That is all for this week. See you in the next episode of Tibet This Week. Have a great weekend.